NFL Live off and running with this news coming at 9:38 a.m. Eastern. NFL spokesman Joe Lockhart confirms Ezekiel Elliott is suspended, adding he will not play over the next 6 games unless there's some other affirmative judgment. This afternoon, Jerry Jones countered. Adam Schefter, more on all of this later in the show. Right now, to Week 6.
18-16. The Chiefs need to get a 2-point conversion here to tie the game. 2-point conversion, but a flag on the flag. A holding penalty on Eric Fisher.
This sucks. The ref number 51 shouldn't even be able to wear a zebra jersey ever again. He shouldn't even be able to work a Foot Locker.
That is all she wrote.
This sets up to be a premier showdown on Sunday. The Steelers, the same team that eliminated the Chiefs from the playoffs last season, trying to end their undefeated run. Hi, everyone, and welcome to NFL Live. I'm Susie Colber. Herm Edwards and Teddy Bruschi are awaiting their formal Friday introductions. So here we go. The Chiefs are eyeing their third 6-0 start in team history, but the Steelers have had their number of late. In their last 20 games, including the playoffs, the Chiefs are 16-4, but 0-2 against Pittsburgh. Tight end Travis Kelce suffered a concussion in last week's win over Houston. He didn't practice Wednesday, but fully practiced yesterday, advancing to the next level of the NFL's concussion protocol. And Big Ben is looking to bounce back from a 5-interception debacle last week. 2017 has been tough. He's on pace for the lowest yards per attempt rate of his career. Here is Trey Wingo with the official intros.
Like the Mississippi River, our first contestant just keeps on rolling, racking up the tape-off wins. And what would you expect from a man who basically perfected the mullet in the 90s, business in the front and a party in the back? He's the man who's not just an accomplished saxophonist, he's also the first man in NFL history to return 4 consecutive interceptions for touchdowns. And some would say he's picked off 2 tape wins intended for someone else this year. Teddy Bruschi.
All right, Trey. All right, Trey.
And here comes the challenger, the man who's the mayor of Monterey, California, the man who graduated from San Diego State University with a degree in criminal justice, and he's been dispensing justice ever since, whether on the field, on the sidelines, or in the TV studio. The author of Don't Press Send and Nothing Good Happens After Midnight. His miracle at the Meadowlands helped turn around the Eagles season once, and now he's looking to turn around the tape-off results. Herm Edwards.
All right, so here are the combatants on this Friday the 13th. Who knows what can happen? Herm, you've got the Steelers. Teddy, you've got the Chiefs.
I'm going down memory lane. You know, as much as we've been talking about the Steelers and the Chiefs this weekend, think about the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the day. The Steel Curtain. Look at those guys. Mean Joe Green, Elsie Greenwood, Jack Ham, Lambert. This defense this year of the Pittsburgh Steelers, people don't realize they're starting to mend themselves a nice curtain when you think about their players. 28th against the rush. We're going to fix that right now. And Teddy, I'm going to show you how to fix it. Let's go. You got Shazier. You got some really good players on the defense. Hayward. The problem with the defense right now, against the run, only against the run, they got bad eyes. They don't stay in their gaps. Watch them here. We got an outside play here, Teddy. Now, watch our linebackers come over the top. Watch Shazier. He should be on the right side of these guys, Teddy. He's got bad eyes. He's going to the backside. Big run by LeGarrette Blount. We can fix this. Like I said, here we go again. Got a nice run here. Watch Shazier now. Run gap responsibility by both our defensive linemen. Watch him here, Teddy. He's going to shoot the gap, and guess what happens? Bang! Here we go. Just like old Jack Lambert used to do, by the way. Lambert used to do that back in the day with this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. We talk about the Steel Curtain. Watch him here, Teddy. Runs through like Winston, the other linebacker. He was a hard hitter as well, Teddy. We got a loss and a fumble. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. We talk about defense all the time in the National Football League. This is the new curtain of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The new Steeler defense. Look at the numbers, Teddy. 8 takeaways. Look at these numbers. 17 sacks. People aren't realizing that. This is a Steeler defense that right now, Susie, is 3rd in the National Football League. 3rd. Think about it. In the past, the Steelers were always a dominant defense. They're starting to get that dominance back again. All they got to do is fix the run, Teddy. Look out. These Pittsburgh Steelers are for real.
All they have to do is, okay.
All they got to do.
Teddy, what do you have?
Okay, Susie, if you are a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs, everybody knows this. You are a member of Chiefs Kingdom. Chiefs Kingdom, big time. Proud to be a member of it. And so I'm going to give you Chiefs Kingdom. We've got the Brute Squad. We've got princes. We've got knights. We've got jesters. And, of course, the king of Chiefs Kingdom, Andy Reid. And first of all, what do you need in your kingdom? Let's make way for the prince. And the prince, of course, being Alex Smith, and how you have to make way for him. He's got his crown there. The Washington Redskins, so nice. Make way for the prince. Easy touchdown for Alex Smith. So there's our prince. You need Knights of the Round Table.
Yes.
And Sir Tyreek Hill here and his Knights of the Round Table on the punt return versus the Houston Texans. You see the job that they do. They're the Knights. Lead the way to the promised land of Chiefs Kingdom. Young Squires. Get on that horse, Tyreek Hill, and score your touchdown in the end zone of Chiefs Kingdom. So we have knights, we have princes. Hey, we got to laugh. Once in a while, we have to laugh if we're in the kingdom. And the court jester. Travis Kelce as my court jester here. So skilled, so strong, so brilliant. But boy, he can make you laugh, can he? Go ahead, get up, celebrate. Now, can I please laugh? Dilly dilly. That's so funny. And now, first of all, and not last, but most importantly, you need the Brute Squad. You need that offensive line to be able to mow the way for your young Squire, your rookie running back. There's that Brute Squad moving the way of the defense, making it a clear path. Big run for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs, the kingdom. Andy Reid is the king. Who's my favorite? I'd say the jester's my favorite because I do like to laugh. But there is Chiefs Kingdom, Susie.
And the kingdom plays the Pittsburgh Steelers' new steel curtain. It's going to be interesting.
Okay. I'm just wondering, where's the queen?
Right here. Susie's the queen.
You're the Queen Susie. Queen Susie.
You're the queen.
You know why the jester fits so well? Because these Chiefs really are having a lot of fun.
They are.
They are feeling it. And then on the flip side, the Steelers maybe a little too much drama right now.
Well, we'll see. You need a little drama in your life.
You need a jester.
All right, we have results of the tape-off coming later. And, of course, we need your help. Vote on Twitter at ESPN NFL. NFL. We'll have the results later. Right now, we're going to pick it, guys. Teddy?
For me, Susie, I'm going with my Chiefs Kingdom, and I am picking the Kansas City Chiefs. I just think they are playing so well right now. Alex Smith is playing great ball. The Brute Squad, they'll get it done, that offensive line.
I'm going with Kansas City as well. They're playing at home. They've got a fabulous football team. And the problem that they have right now, when you think about Pittsburgh, the quarterback, I don't know where he's at right now mentally.
All right, that's one down. Week 6 kicked off last night.
You can't kick field goals and beat good teams. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. You can't kick field goals and beat good teams.
My evaluation is we didn't have good ingredients to win. Turning the ball over as many times as we did, giving them layups or scores. You know, in order to win a game like that, you know, you have to protect the football better. And I'm mostly talking to myself with that.
It really hit you a good couple of times. How are you feeling right now?
Feel great. We're 5-1, baby.
All right, so you heard from the combatants. Let's check out what happened last night. Let's pick it up. Late in the first half, Eagles down a score. Carson Wentz, 3rd and goal. But Wentz finds Zach Ertz in the end zone for the short touchdown pass.
Another scheme, Susie. Shallow cross, deep. There's Ertz right there for the touchdown.
And Ertz again, 17 yards. And the Eagles wouldn't give up the lead for the rest of the game.
The relationship is developing, Susie. That Ertz wins.
You can see it. How about
this one? This is a bad matchup.
Nelson Aguilar. So it's Wentz's 3rd touchdown of the day. And guys, here, jump in on this because we can see the Panthers' struggles here. Cam Newton.
All night. This was all night, Susie. Under duress, Fletcher Cox in that front just kept pushing that offensive line back into Cam. No pocket relief at all. And this is where the errors really creeped in. Here again, you know, Blunt was big again last night. Ran the football. This is a balanced offense when you're talking about these Philadelphia Eagles.
Here's Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
You could tell it was pretty bad, but he was touching his shoulder. Weren't really sure that it was going to be concussion protocol.
You know, the 2 turnovers, Susie, cost these guys 14 points. I mean, when you play against a good team like the Philadelphia Eagles and you give them a short field, they're going to score.
I'd rather run that play to McCaffrey.
This is ditto. I agree.
Yeah, a lot of frustration. All right, let's go to the 4th quarter. Panthers still have a chance. 1st and goal Newton, the short pass to Christian McCaffrey for the score. So Panthers down 5 with just 3 minutes to go. They're still in it. Newton with pressure drops back, gets picked off by Jalen Mills.
Yeah, this was just a throw where the wide receiver and Cam weren't on the same page, and 3 turnovers. You throw the ball 52 times. That's never a good number for any quarterback.
All right, let's start with the Eagles, because this was characterized as like they're the for real team now, because they beat a good Panthers team that's 4-1. The 3 prior opponents all have losing records, 3-12 combined. How complete do they look to you?
They looked great last night, Susie, and a lot of the attention has been on Carson Wentz and the offense and these new receivers, but my eye went to the defense, the great linebacking play. Hicks and Bradham, I know Hicks went down, but Bradham had a great game. Fletcher Cox in front of him. He fought to play this game. He was a game-time decision. He got in there. He looked great. And Wentz, man, he just continues to impress, Coach.
Well, the situation football is really the key for any quarterback, and he's done a marvelous job of that. Red zone, he's been fantastic. They were number 1 in the league on 3rd down. And remember this, Susie, this is the first winning team they have beaten all year. They had to go on the road a short week and do that. Now they sit at 5-1. Well, think about it. If they're just a 500 team, they got 10 games left, they're going to win 5. Let's say they only win 5, right? That gives them 10 wins. Now they control their own destiny. They might have this whole playoff thing wrapped up if they continue to win all home games.
They're not a secret anymore, these Eagles. And one thing's not a secret particularly is when you're looking at them offensively and you're a defensive unit, the one thing you have to stop is Wentz to Ertz in the red area. Yeah. They scheme for him. The 2 players love each other. You can see the relationship developing. It's almost like the old Romo, Witten, Brady, Gronkowski, that type of thing. That is a huge deal for them that you're going to have to stop.
And they've become balanced on offense. We said this the first 2 weeks. They were throwing the ball 44 times, running it about 16. All of a sudden, now they're back to about 30-30 mix. Great mix. That protects their defense. Time of possession is always in their favor. This is a good football team.
Happy in Philly.
Yeah.
The one loss was to the Chiefs, but everybody's lost to the Chiefs.
By 7 points.
Right. All right, how about the Panthers? 3 interceptions for Cam Newton. You could argue that 2 of them weren't really his fault. But what are you seeing there? You kind of alluded to it in the highlight.
Right, just a couple things that it's not their fault totally in terms of those turnovers.
Yes.
It wasn't Cam's fault, but this was a hard-fought win.
Yes.
The Eagles took advantage of their opportunities. This play here was a question mark. I was thinking, why is Jonathan Stewart running this quick little tear screen? I'd rather have a receiver type / McCaffrey running that play, but they still battled, and this is still a good football team in Carolina.
Oh, yeah, they have to feel good about themselves. And really, when you look at this game last night, the only concerning thing is this, but it's because against the Eagles front, they couldn't run the ball. They were stopped for minus yards a bunch of times trying to run the football. And then when they lost Luke Kuechly,
right,
it changed dramatically on defense. He is the quarterback of this defense, and the numbers say that. When he was in the game, 3 sacks, no touchdowns. When he left the game, no sacks, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, just 2 quick things. The most discouraging things the Carolina Panther fans can think about is the only time they were able to run the ball was with the quarterback. And you really don't want that, to him to take those blows. And your starting middle linebacker, one of the best in the game, getting a concussion again.
All right, let's get the latest on Kuechly. So let's bring our Adam Schefter in now. And, of course, Adam, we're talking about this, the all-pro linebacker who is really the heartbeat of this defense, back in the concussion protocol. What are you hearing about Kuechly and just how serious this is?
Susie, 3rd time in 3 years. That, in and of itself, speaks to the seriousness and the serious nature of this concussion. And you'll remember last year, one of the most vivid images of the 2016 season was Luke Kuechly being carted off the field crying with what turned out to be a concussion. He missed time last year. He's missed time the last 2 seasons with concussions. And the more concussions you get, the more apt you are to get them in the future, the more serious they become. This is very problematic for Luke Kuechly and the Carolina Panthers. You would think at this point in time he's going to get evaluated. He's going to meet with people that assess the seriousness and the trauma that he's done to his brain at this point in time. But at the very least, I think that he'll miss some time. We'll see how much time. And I hope that I think the Carolina Panthers are hoping that he'll be back as soon as possible. But nobody can say when that is. Ron Rivera still hasn't even spoken to Luke Kuechly since last night.
And we know he missed the final 6 games last year. The final 3 were just as a precaution. He wasn't even in the protocol anymore. He was pretty adamant last year. He's playing this game. Teddy, you went through a lot to come back. What would you be advising him right now?
Well, I came back from a stroke, and a lot of people told me, hang it up, don't come back, it's too dangerous. And I was told by many doctors that you can play, you can go. So then I was going to take that chance and play. There hadn't been another person that had come back and done that before, but I was still willing to take that chance, Susie. So that's why I know the mentality of a Luke Kuechly, an inside linebacker that loves to play the game, and that hit that he experienced last night, those happen on a play-to-play basis. You never know when concussions are going to come up, and Luke Kuechly has a lot to think about. But I say this, if he gets cleared and the doctors say he can play, I say play again. It's what I did. It's what I felt, Coach. It's what a lot of players in the National Football League will do. They're warriors out there putting everything on the line, and they just love the game so much, you almost have to yank them off the field to save them from themselves sometimes.
Yeah, Teddy makes a great point. Susie, and you've been covering football for a long time. I've been involved in football for a long time. It's hard to retire. Yeah. It just is. And what makes a lot of guys retire, as Teddy said, it could be health, it could be, injury issues, or your play. Once a player looks himself play and he doesn't seem like that's the same guy, that's bothersome for guys that have high standards. This guy has a high standard of how he wants to play. These concussions are adding up. You worry about him as a fan. You worry about him as a coach. You're going to do everything you can. He's with a good staff. Ron Rivera protected him last year. I knew when he got hurt, he wasn't coming back. Ron wasn't going to let him play anymore because Ron played this game too. So you got to protect the players from themselves, but eventually it's up to the player when he decides, you know what, I'm going to continue to play. You can't stop the guy from playing.
Like you said, Susie, they held him off those last 3 games just as a precaution, so hopefully this wouldn't happen again. And here we are in the early part of the season.
Yeah, and they have the extended break now, we know, so we can see what happens over the 10 days. An even bigger break for the Eagles. We see them next on Monday Night Football against Washington. And a couple other notes before we go to break. The Vikings taking on the Packers. Field Yates breaking this news that Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer had just announced that wide receiver Stephon Diggs and quarterback Sam Bradford are both out this Sunday. So once again, Case Keenum gets the start, but without their top receiver. When NFL Live returns, we will look at the most impactful injuries for Week 6, plus the latest on Ezekiel Elliott's looming suspension.